Hi, Floss Tube.
Hi, Floss Tube.
This is Colleen.
And I'm Cheryl.
I'm Cole.
And you're stitching
We're
with
stitching with
the Sisterlies. I think it's January 14th, and I think we are on Floss Tube number 19.
And this one is going to go on for 3 hours because if I can stay down here long enough for everybody in that house to go to sleep, I will be a happy woman.
Yes. So we went into the kitchen hoping that it would be brighter and not so dark, but I can't do anything about the dark outline on the top. So
and I am in my sister's in-laws dungeon.
Yes.
But it's the brightest.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah. And this is Lincoln, and I'm going to put him down. He's all scrunchy looking. Oh my gosh.
Linky, I miss you.
You stink too.
So you should see Daisy. Daisy's hair is so long and it's all hanging in her face. She has to go to the groomer.
So's Lincoln's. So what about some life? You got any life happening with you?
No, nothing going on.
Nothing? Me either. Well, I have a little bit of life. The Seahawks lost.
Oh, they didn't.
They lost.
We don't hear about it down here.
Yes, they lost, but Goose will be happy because she's a Green Bay Packer fan.
And well, so I'm sorry for Goose because I'm not.
Oh, well, I hope.
But I like her.
I worked with Lombardi, Gina Lombardi. That's Lombardi's granddaughter at Microsoft.
Oh, really?
And she rooted for the Seahawks, even though she's a Lombardi. So, but I'm hoping.
All we hear about here are 49ers, of course.
Yes, and I hope that Green Bay takes out the 49ers so that.
No,
I know. Dad.
I'm a 49er.
Dad would say you're supposed to root for logistically it would be the 49ers, but yeah, can't do it.
Okay, sorry.
Although Richard's playing with
it. And cuts.
So that's my life. Yeah, I shouldn't talk about politics, religion, or football.
Oh, really? Even football?
Yeah, Mark didn't help the Seahawks this year.
Oh yeah, there are people out there that are very passionate about football.
Yeah.
Very passionate.
Yeah. This isn't one person like that.
Nah.
I am passionate about not getting in any conflict.
Yeah, that's true. You are. I don't know where you learned that. Oh yeah, me. I taught it at the dinner table. Anyway.
I had one really fun thing happen in my life. I've just been at my mother-in-law's, and if you've been around anybody who has dementia, they repeat themselves a lot. And so my sweet husband becomes not so sweet. So he gets really frustrated. So then he needs to go away, but otherwise, it's like I feel like I'm talking to real people in this virtual world right now.
I know, they're so helpful. Like I got old people hands. Look what I did to my hands. Because I have thyroid. But yeah, remember Mark's mom? She'd have them on her face. I hope I never bumped my face. I just briefly brushed over something on the bed from my sewing.
Yeah.
And usually
do you still take aspirin?
Yeah, I have to.
Well, that's probably why.
Well. Anyway, so
don't look at me like that. Conflict. Go to Google. Look up Google.
Thinner skin,
I have
right? Like
Google.
you get the paper skin, and it just.
When
my
you
dad
get older,
used to do
this
that
happens.
all the time. He could rub up against the wall just gently like that, and he'd be bleeding, right?
Yeah.
But I won't argue with either one of you, but I disagree. I agree to disagree.
So you don't want conflict, biatch?
Yeah, so I'm just going to agree to disagree.
Well, I do know when I would go in for my surgeries, they'd say I couldn't take the baby aspirin,
right.
But I don't know for how long. I just take baby aspirin. Mark took all that blood thinner stuff, but it does fix the blood.
What I was gonna say is, here we are up in Pioneer, random place up here in the mountains, and a girlfriend that I grew up with, her sister's husband just got transferred up here to PG&E.
Yeah.
And so we're going to meet up for lunch next week.
Yeah, remember I said, who in the world would get transferred to Pioneer for what?
Yeah.
What childhood friend?
Melanie.
Oh, Melanie, our Melanie.
Her sister. Yeah, Sherry.
Fun.
Melanie doesn't need to come on and talk about us.
Melanie needs to come. Melanie needs to come to lunch with us because I hear she lives not far away from us.
In Oregon?
From here.
Oh.
From here.
Oh, yeah. She's your bestie.
She was my bestie all through elementary, junior, or not elementary, junior high, high school.
She was a sweetie.
Yep. And when we raised our kids together, and
Sweet.
then there was a problem. Not with us, but
no.
in her marriage. And
okay.
that was kind of hard.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're through that. That's 40 years ago.
Yeah. Who hasn't had problems in their marriages? What about you? Life.
Just
not
working.
marriages.
How's the job?
It's so good. So good. Yeah, I really, really like it. I think it's going to be a perfect fit. So, yeah, it's going really well. Just getting acquainted with everything and everyone and all that kind of stuff.
You did a lot of traveling this week or last week?
Not that, nope. I start travel like in February. I have to go somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Another in March and that kind of stuff. Just to conferences and stuff. A couple retreats, that kind of stuff. So.
Oh, retreats.
Yeah, and then kid back in school this week, so he's
nice
doing all the school stuff. He's got finals this week, so semester finals. So he's plugging away at that. Just helping.
Very good.
Yeah.
And you guys have snow. We don't.
We did get snow, and it's actually sticking on the ground, which is not usual for this area. It usually melts pretty quick.
It does. Well, it did melt throughout the day, and then snow again. Then
yeah.
Oh, right.
Not melt, but
yeah. So I don't know. It's supposed to snow again tomorrow too, so we'll see how much we get. But
yeah,
and it's snowing up in Washington big time.
I heard. Well, it was supposed to snow at our house in Oregon. So I've been watching it on Arlo because I want to see my house with snow.
Yeah, it's not there yet.
But it's not there.
Yeah, Washington had snow days today, so.
Wow.
One piece of snow drops and Washington is down.
Funny. That's pretty true.
Kind of like the Seahawks. But
yeah,
anyway.
we did not have a snow day, so my son was pretty bummed out about that because they live for snow days.
They're prepared for snow.
In Idaho?
Yeah.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get this train a moving.
Chugga, 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 chugga. Choo, choo.
So, do we have any whips?
I do. So I had one of our followers was mentioning that she thought my oops, I have my thread in here. This is my Mickey Mouse, which is by Digitech, and she had mentioned she thought it was good vision because I had moved it closer because I have a smaller frame. And so I moved it about four stitches closer. And it's so funny that she noticed that. Yeah. But anyway, Minnie Mouse is coming along.
Yeah.
Cute.
And so that's that one. And then the Suffrage, I had a little piece of even weave. So I thought I want to do a pillowcase out of the Suffrage one.
A pillowcase.
Yes. So I'm going to make this like the center piece and then make a quilted pillow around it. And
oh, cool. Cool.
So that's that. And then I also started on a baby quilt for a family member that is, the theme is adventure. And if you follow my Instagram, you saw my first embroidery piece.
So
and that's a Claudia Denelli.
Claudia Denelli Nature's Call.
Oh, okay.
And it's I mean, I know that some people who are hand embroidery have a hard time with machine embroidery, but her designs are so beautiful that I love doing them.
Yeah.
So, and I have one more thing, but I forgot to bring it over. So can you take some time for a minute? So I have a sister who has been asking for her caftan.
Cute.
And I started it. It's cut out.
Oh, cool.
So anyway, I'm doing that while I'm stitching out the Nature's Call. So
thank you.
It's that sister.
This sister, me.
Yeah. Yeah, that sister.
She's like, she's
Not
just making
one.
sure she's getting it, right?
Not the one that does this to me.
That's awesome.
So, okay, so any more whips? Do you have any finishes?
I have no finishes. Sorry.
That's all right. You don't need to be sorry.
My husband's about finished. I don't know if that counts.
Finished with what?
His time away from home.
Oh.
He wants to go home. He
Yeah.
said, when you hear that my sister has landed in San Francisco, pack the car up.
Cheryl, don't get sick. I already know you won't be taken care of by your husband.
Oh,
I already know
geez.
this.
Well, that's why we have you.
That's so funny.
And I'll just be over there huffing and puffing. Cheryl, you gotta come down the stairs.
No, we'll have Simona. If I ever get
Okay.
dementia, we'll have Simona. And I swear, I'm going to be stuck in Disneyland because that's my favorite place, right? And I'll be walking around the house going, whee!
Oh my gosh.
We're lucky.
That's so funny. We're
In my
going to
cottage.
Disney in March.
Yes.
Oh, fun!
Yeah.
I love Disneyland.
I've never been. I'm 42.
What?
Never been. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I
So-
want to go with you. I love
I
going
know.
with people
Saya's
who've
never
never
gone
been.
either. So we're super excited to go.
You're going to have so much fun. You have to
Yeah.
go on Space Mountain, and you
Yeah.
have to do exactly what I just did.
No,
Well,
don't.
we'll see.
Saya might, but I
We'll,
don't
we'll
think you.
see. We'll see how.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pitch black.
I know I want to do them, but I get motion sickness, so I'll have to take something so that I don't
Necrozine, so you
get
can
really
just be.
sick.
Oh, well, Saya can do it. Yeah. She'll be asleep on Space Mountain.
I'm gonna, that would, could you imagine? I would be on there forever. Nobody would get me off.
She's
I
just
think we're
going
still
around, going around.
I think Priscilla and Chelsea are going to do a little video about Disney. So
Cute.
Oh, whatever you do, don't take anything and get on Small World because you literally will fall asleep.
Yeah.
Going
oh, I know.
Oh my gosh.
This is me.
Yes.
That's so funny. What's
I'm
your
allergic to my sister-in-law's dog.
Yes. My whips are the Suffrage.
Yep. Love it.
And
I love seeing the ones that are worked on.
I'm a slow stitcher, so that's shadow. That's all I've gotten done. And I posted on, so I'm ready to do the proclaimed. I post on Instagram that, Ruth dissents a lot.
Yeah,
So I consent to the
yeah.
suffragette.
I saw that.
Yeah.
so funny.
Stay-at-home quilter mentioned that she got her suffragette chart today.
Yeah.
And then she got a Plum Street Samplers George and Martha
Ooh.
chart. So I need to get that. And also I need to
Cute.
find the Abe and Mare one because I'd like to do Abe and Mare.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I called her out for enabling me. She goes, "So isn't that what?" She goes, "You started it."
Oh,
And I
yeah.
said, I'm a middle child. I've heard that all my life. You started it. You started it. And
Yeah,
I
that's
have a-
true.
That's the only whip I have to show because I'm monogamous. I try to cheat. It's very difficult. I'm just monogamous in nature. I could try to be a horse stitcher, but I don't know. Although
What
San
did you
Francisco-
call me? A horse stitcher?
when you have more than one whip.
I
I think she's
That
picking
is
all of
so
us now.
rude. Did you see the picture our older sister put of you on Facebook?
I was, yes, so she put it of you and you changed it to me.
No, it was you.
Yeah. Anyway, back to that that suffrage. Oh, I'll do the suffragette thing later. I do have a finish.
Oh, yay.
Little House Needleworks forever.
Oh, Marky.
Well, Marky's not with us, but still I am. So I got that done.
So awesome.
Is that the year you were married? 1988?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Matt was 8
November.
years old.
Remember, I got married in November at the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and I thought I'll never forget it. Well, Thanksgiving changes
Oh.
here, so there's that.
Funny.
So before I discuss any more about the sale, let's see your whips and finishes or whatever you got.
I don't have any finishes, but I do have some whips.
Oh, wait.
Get rid of some.
What I was going to say is I am going to start Emily's house. Remember, it was on that silly.
Oh,
happy
you're going to
planner?
become a whore with the rest of us.
Yeah, that happy planner. that-
Prostitute.
Yeah.
I can never finish a damn sentence. Everybody out.
Aren't you excited to see me?
But
Right.
Sambry Stitches is doing a SAL stitch along. So I'm going to join her SAL with it. Maybe that'll get me to Emily's house's Sambry's. Holy, this is why nobody listens. I can't say anything right. I am also doing Emily's House, which is a pattern by Stephanie Webb of Lindy's Stitches. Sambry Stitches is hosting it. I am going to join her SAL so that I can be unmonogamous. Okay.
So you can be a
Or
whore.
like,
A
yes,
whore.
or like.
A cross
I always
Okay,
wanted
so
to.
you're funny. Funny. Here's my
Oh, you've gotten farther than all of us.
Suffragettes. Yep. So I'm getting there. It's fun. It's a fun stitch.
It really is. It
enjoy
really is fun. And I love the colors.
Yep. And then my other whip, I picked a fabric for this heart and hand one, which is the moon and back.
Oh my goodness, I forgot a whip. Oh well.
So I got this. This is that sapphire blue one that I got from Be Stitch Me.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna put it on that.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
So I'm pretty excited to start that one too. I've not gotten that far. And then
Are you gonna put that one on a stand so that you can two-hand sew?
Yeah, I don't have a stand, but I may look into getting one. We'll see. We'll see how
They're pretty reasonable. They're not expensive.
Yeah, I've looked at them. This one's a pretty big frame, so I may have to just to be able to manage it.
Yeah.
And then kind of figure out the two-handed stitch
You
thing.
doing those for your grandson? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll start that. I don't know when. And then I do have a couple finishes, I guess. Like, so I made my first project bag.
Oh yay! Look
Which is
at
super
that.
Yeah. So
That is just your colors.
those are just my the yellow and gray.
Yep.
Okay, why?
I don't know. It just looks like you.
Oh,
Well, it looks yellow and black, so it's very
Usually
simple.
that's
It's
yellow and
just
black.
color,
yeah. And
just
then
color blocked.
I made this grime guard.
And she made my
Oh,
grandmother.
nice.
Yeah, and I made the grime guard that was on Colleen's Suffrage Act as well. So yeah, just tootling around. And
How's
there's another
the
project that's in the other room, but
how's the Christmas stocking going?
I haven't touched it.
Yeah, you guys
Oh.
are happy planners. How happy
Yeah,
are we
I
now?
haven't touched it. I started because I started the Suffrage Act and I really enjoy that stitch, and so
Yeah.
I've just kind of been working on that when I can, in between, you know, the new job startup and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure I'll take the stocking out at some point. But yeah, we'll see.
Can you hold
So
on?
I started my nativity, my simple one on the long piece of Ada.
Oh, huh.
And it's using a lot of gold threads and silver threads, and I've never actually stitched with that, because even though I've done cross stitch since I was little, it's like I've only done, you know, simple ones when I was little. So but this one, it's really fun being able to thread those gold strands through, and it really pops.
That's
so
it,
I'm
right?
excited to do the Mirabella when they have the beads and all that in there.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a good start.
When are you going to start your Mirabellas?
What is your planner
Today
say?
on Saturday.
Oh.
You're going to start them this week.
Do you have your floor table?
Yep, I brought everything with me.
I can't wait till I go home. I can make my bed, you know, my bed, because I have the old people bed where you can go up so you can breathe.
Yep.
I could stitch in bed. I never
Yeah,
have to
there
leave
you
the
go.
college or bed. You can come serve me everything. Servitude.
Oh, yeah,
Don't you miss her?
I do. She would feel so guilty if she'd be going, now, why are you giving me this?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Yes, when you know something I don't know. Okay, let's talk about the SAL.
Okay.
There were a few more people that joined. I didn't mark it, so I think we left off with Calculated Stitcher, Renee Crump, Gail Mendiola, the Academic Stitcher, Neater 53, ER Girl 1985, Vintage Sew Gal, who has a mom that's at Biker Chick. I think that's
Ooh.
Carolina June Creates, Cheryl Johnson 953, Bunny Martins, IMB F55, Becca Sambry Stitches, Stitching with the Dash Hound, Woolly Mammoth 53, that's Stitchy, you know, Annie.
Yep.
GT Corsi, Jobelee Walgren, Rural North Carolina Stitcher, fabric thread scissors, and a Little Farm quilts.
Wow.
So we have 54 so far. So I was thinking, but this might be over the top because I never do anything over the top. But I was thinking of listing them out on a document and showing it on our SAL hashtag. So just to make sure I don't forget anybody. If so, at the end of the month when I draw for the, you know, and then I mean, we have Bendy, Aaron, Lisa McStitches, Cheryl, Cole, 805 Stitcher, all the way down the line, you know. So we have 2 pages of them that are doing it. But what I wanted to bring up is Michelle Bendy did I think it was during a Stitch With Me or one of her floss tubes, and she was talking about all the differences of all the different dates. And so,
right.
Yeah, you know, I still haven't asked her if she would do a stitch along because she's so busy with Wade, her Patreon, knitting.
Yeah, she's really busy.
Yeah, but so if you go to Michelle Bendy Stitch's floss tubes, you can look around there for her description about that, or Google it. But there are dates that aren't included. This is for the white women. So the Suffrage Act. Nick Stitches also did a little blurb about why the dress is white, if you wanted that historic aspect of it.
Oh, is that what you meant?
What, that because they're white women?
The white dress?
No, I don't. You'll have to look it up. I don't know, because I was in a different kind of revolution. I was in the 70s. So I was one of the first ones that got to vote in 1970. Well, actually, the election was in
for the 18-year-olds.
For the 18-year-olds. And again, let's see, it was Nixon and McGovern. And McGovern was, even for me, who was liberal, I mean, going to Berkeley, McGovern was too liberal for me. However, I like to argue with my dad, and he couldn't stand Nixon. I remember one holiday dinner. I think it was Thanksgiving, and Dad was telling me who I had to vote for, and I was saying I could vote for who I want, and you know, I was shooting.
I remember this whole thing.
Oh yeah, he said I was shooting from the hip. No, my shit. No wonder 18-year-olds shouldn't be allowed to vote. And blah blah blah. Remember Grandma A, which is my dad's mom, who's maybe 4 feet tall, Italian, said, "Eric, sit down and shut up." She didn't tell me to sit down and shut up. She told Dad too. But I think I caused eating disorders for my entire family. But this happened frequently. And I just remember Christine sitting there going, with her eyes blinking at me like, "Stop, you're going to get in trouble, you're going to get hit." You were eating I think trying to hide your peas, I don't know, whatever.
I remember, I totally remember this conversation. And I remember thinking, oh, and I'm just eating going, oh.
Yeah, Colleen's not going to know when to stop.
I was so afraid you were going to get spanked.
Spanked? Spanked would have been nice. But anyway, I didn't get anything. I didn't get in any trouble because Grandma told Dad to shut up and sit down. But anyway, I did vote for McGovern, probably because I was Democratic, because my parents were, and that's what I figured I don't know why. I didn't like the way Nixon looked. I don't know. I think he was at the time being impeached, but he won by a landslide. But my point in this is Shirley Chisholm was the first African-American wanting to run for elected office.
Right.
She didn't win either, but yeah. So
I would love to know when the first Black woman was able to vote. Do we know?
Well, I think if they were 18. Are you telling?
Then,
oh, we need to look. I would
love for somebody to tell us that. That would be.
I think I'll look that up, because if you're telling me that, I thought any person could vote when they were 18 or 21. I know. I don't know if it was the same time that the military got to vote, because they didn't get a vote for a long time. You could do absentee ballot possibly.
Right.
I don't know. That would piss me off if my friends. I think they voted too in 1972 for that election.
I would assume that was then also, but what's sad is they were
an American citizen. Oh no, yeah, that's right.
They probably had the ability to vote earlier, but didn't have the ability to vote because, you know, of whatever.
Or it could have been like, you know, when we put everybody in internment camps, like we lived in an area, Asian area, and a lot of Japanese, a lot of them were in internment.
Yeah, our neighbors.
So I mean, there was a while before Asians could even vote. So
yeah, I'd love to know that all.
African American women were unable to freely exercise their right to vote up until the 1960s.
See,
Yeah.
that's the
That was
thing.
that revolution.
So they probably had the right, legally the right to vote, but they couldn't.
No, I think there's a date. There's a date.
They're probably blocked at the voting booths, or
no, there was a date that they were allowed to vote. I do remember.
There's a date?
Yeah, they were unable to freely exercise their right to vote up until the 1960s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably in the northern, like in California, I bet they could, but I bet you Alabama, Georgia, the southern states, they probably couldn't.
Well, somebody knows.
We're doing like Dad said I did, is shoot from the hip. I don't know.
Yeah, it started with the abolitionist movement. That's where they really got the rights from.
Of course, that was
which is
just after the Civil War, the abolition stuff. And then I got this email or direct mail from
that was so quick I couldn't see it.
Oh, I know. It's 2020 Woodlawn Needlework Show and Sale information.
Okay.
And this was Woodlawn Estate was the first family home of Eleanor Nellie Custis. She's the granddaughter of George and Martha Washington.
Oh.
And she was one of America's most skilled early needlework makers. The annual Needlework Show and Sale continues to honor her legacy as an exceptional and American craftswoman, while maintaining a long tradition of the needle arts as a popular art form, as a judged but not juried show where all entries that fit into our important guidelines are displayed. We seek to celebrate those who have been fine-tuning their craft and those who are just emerging as participants in the needle arts. The annual Needlework Show and Sale is a critical fundraiser to our nonprofit historic site, home of two iconic properties. It is held every March, and it runs for the entire month, and it showcases needlework from artists all over the world. So I'll put a link below, but you can submit your stuff to them if you wanted to. I think there's a date of submitting any of your works by February 1st or something. So needlework, like anything, can be a beautiful art piece, or it could be a pathway that its maker uses to express opinion. Often it's both. It can showcase a specific, more common technique or be employed in something rather unique. Activism within the craft community has become more commonplace in our modern era, but traditional historical pieces serve also to offer us a glimpse into the basic right of women to choose their path. 2020 marks the 100th anniversary of the 1920 ratification of the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which granted all women the right to vote and to be a participant in our democracy. So that was just, I'll put it down below if anybody is interested in submitting any artwork to that place.
Where's it at?
Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Because when I was at George Washington's house this last summer, they had a lot of cross stitch and different embroidery they were showcasing, and I wondered if it had something to do with that.
Yeah, it was. Were you there in March, all through March or something?
No, we were there in September.
I remember seeing a lot of it though, even at Thomas Jefferson, everybody's house we went to, they had a lot, the women did a lot, not just in the slaves quarters, also the, well-to-doers.
Right.
So anyway, what about Hall?
My haul, I have to give away.
Okay, so I have some haul.
Oh, good.
I have Teresa Kogut's kindness cards.
Oh, I want those.
I know, but so I'm not kind, so
I know.
I'm going to take my cards, and it has a little saying on each of them, and I'm going to make them into floss holders. You know.
Oh, so you're going to destroy them.
This one's for you, Cheryl. Spend as much time with your loved ones as possible. It's time you'll never regret and time you'll never get back. You might want to tell Ed that.
Amen.
So those are by Teresa Kogut, and the links below to her site if anybody would like these. I think Jan Hicks is doing something where on each of her videos she's reading one of those.
Oh, right. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Is your haul?
No. Yes, I'm not there yet. I got all this.
Oh,
She's not there yet.
So
good Lord.
I don't know if you can see that very good. This is,
Oh, is it linen?
no, this is Ada. Well, I guess
Oh, okay.
it's by Be Stitch Me. And this was the fabric of the month, and it is 16 count this time. And it's Gold Rush.
Very nice.
Right where
When
you're
you
at.
gonna
You are in
stitch
the
on that?
Gold Rush.
You can see it more from the back. That's pretty.
So I would put it back there for the, where I had it. But
Fun watching you two.
and then I got some 32 count linen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell you people think you see on this.
Each thread.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think of it as Ada squares or even weave.
Yeah.
Think of it as each
Yeah,
thread.
I'll have to, yeah, it's not even like even weave. I'll have to do it when there's light and a big magnifier.
Yeah.
I don't
see your
mean,
lit up
I don't mean
cottage.
a little halo lamp.
My
I mean,
house is for vampires. Can't help you.
her house is like mine used to be. Remember, I used to always have mine dim too.
Well,
I
dim.
nothing
Yeah.
is compared to
Light.
Gloria's house. Because
Yeah,
Gloria's
that's
house
true.
is covered
I
in
like
green.
I like the soft lighting. I always did. I didn't want harsh lights. Liz Mathews has a bunch of releases. I got
Yes.
New England Reindeer.
Yep.
So cute.
I want some sampler. She had the sampler, I think I saw.
Is it out yet? Have I seen
I
that?
don't know if it's out or if it's coming out. I looked
Yeah.
on her website.
ByGone Stitches One Nation.
Oh, I like that.
And that's 1 star, 1 state a week, right?
1 star, 1 state a week.
And Janet
Wow.
Jabbers.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I saw it on Janet Jabbers' website. I'm not sure if that's if the background size playing a game and he might be losing, you might hear some choice words.
No, you can't.
But anyway, and then I got a RIKA bag.
Oh, I can't wait to get home and get my RIKA bags.
So these are, of course, are beautiful.
These are done to perfection.
They are. This is the first RIKA bag I've gotten. I got you that one. We spliced
Yeah.
that one. Also, Calculated Stitcher for supplemental income is doing not as big as RIKA's, but she's doing some that'll fit 11 by 11. So we'll have to go to her if she's trying to figure out how to set up an Etsy shop. So,
Oh, does
all
she
right.
come to Acorns? Is that the librarian?
That Marion the librarian. Where are you going?
Is it Calculated Stitcher that wants to set up the Etsy shop?
Yes.
Or is it Marion the librarian?
Calculated the Stitcher. Did I bring up Marion the librarian?
I don't know
did.
why I heard that.
Sometimes I talk too fast. Okay, and then
No, I think that was me.
remember New Year's Eve, I did the Pam and stuff, keep on stitching. And I'm really good at this because I did it at Microsoft, asked the engineers how many tools I broke for Microsoft. So I won not just 1 set, but 2 packages from
Yay!
Kitchen. And I thought I'd show you the charts. It's not really haul, but I'm showing them. So this is Scary Mouse by Brenda Gervais.
Ooh, that's cute.
This one I want to do. It's Akabaka Waka Waka Halloween in the Rain.
Akabaka Waka Waka.
I'll link it below. But I want to do this one because, you know, Seattle.
Oh my gosh, that's cute.
Rain.
It's cute.
Yes. It's Corey Betacure or Akabaka Waka Waka. Boobies Apiary by Boobies Apiary by
Bees, B-E.
by Artist Designs. Boobies.
Cute.
Okay, Come With Thankful Hearts. You'll probably want to do this one by Lizzie Kate.
Oh, I like that one too.
Look at the chart. Here's another one. Bent Creek, Let Us Be Thankful row.
Wow, how much did you win?
It's 2 bundles of like
2
different
bundles of
things.
special things.
Wow.
Special.
Yeah.
And I didn't get kicked out of
generous.
Instagram. Some people did. And
Yeah.
Give Thanks Sunflowers by Ursula Michael.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Yes.
I love Thanksgiving.
I guess. yeah, so that was my.
So do we know yet when we're going to hear from Pam and Steph if we get in or not? Do you know?
No, I don't. I told you.
Because I can't plan my other trip unless I know we get it
What
going.
other? I thought we were going anyway.
We are and going to Minnesota.
Because we're
right.
told, isn't that on the way to Minnesota?
Right. Oh, we really are gonna be
So,
the red
tell
carpet.
you guys the difference between the two sisters. This one and this one. I'm either anal or naive, one or the other, whichever definition you want to give it. But when someone says, "Oh, we're going to go in the RV," and even if we can't get in, we're going to park there and have a red carpet roll out.
I thought it was funny. You didn't know.
And then there's that one. Where's that toilet flush sound?
You can't. Yeah.
I need that toilet flush sound full of bullshit.
Oh my goodness. But yes, let's do it. Let's do the red carpet.
I mean, don't we still have to go through Utah? Utah.
Oh yeah, we can go through.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll plan it.
I'm sure they have a river for Ed to fish in.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'll be our I don't know. What can he be?
Chauffeur.
What do they do on the red carpet if we're out there in our gowns?
Your security guard.
Oh, our security guard. We have to wear gowns now, sister.
So funny.
Anyway,
he's gonna come out in this. I can already tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think that last year what Steph said was she'll let you know. So first of all, we're on the wait list, so that means people that are already in, unless one of them drop out for whatever reason, we don't get in to StitchCon.
Right.
I don't think there's a law that we can't be. They might create one
in the parking lot. My police are going to show up, you know.
It's across
they'll be. Oh, that'll be Ed, my StitchCon police.
Yes, the StitchCon police. That'll kick us out. And then
I'll say,
pull out
arrest
my
me, honey,
Constitution
arrest
card.
me.
Oh my goodness.
So, but anyway, yeah, and then when we go through Minnesota, I hope we have to go through towards Minneapolis.
Well, we can
go to Brainerd because Buttermilk Basin.
Yeah, we just will.
Yeah, we'll just route the GPS for Ed and tell him what it says.
So I want to know what I win from you and RIKA for having gotten something to give away tonight.
RIKA was no part of this. It was a bet between me and RIKA, not you. You weren't involved other than usually flush the toilet.
Except for I didn't. Yes,
you did. Can you show? Well, let's give the giveaway from last week first.
All right.
We're at the giveaway section, people.
Because we only have 2.5 more hours to go.
2.5 more hours to what?
3 hours.
For grandma to go to sleep.
Oh, we are not chatting for 2.5 hours. I've done this to you when you're driving and you fall asleep because you're boring. You bore me to sleep and I'm supposed to be keeping you awake. I'm kidding.
She's not.
No, you're not.
No, she's not.
She's
going to say she's kidding so she doesn't sound like a big old B word, but yeah, she's not kidding.
I can buy it honestly. Okay, what was it? The pumpkin lady said her people were acting up around her. She said, "You guys knock it off, or I'm pulling the car over." I used to do that a lot too. Funny. Anyway, so the winner for the Roveras.
I love this
October
one.
31st, the keyword was spider. We had 19 commenters. We aren't getting many comments. Is Kim Ezman, E-Z-M-A-N.
Yay, so Kim. I can't wait to see this done.
My email below, and if you can contact me. And I'm going to try to see if I can get the packages from last week out. I have not got them out yet, but I'll see if Kim gets home so I can get them.
What have you been doing all week?
I haven't been taking her to get them out.
Oh, that was very generous.
Well, she can walk.
Oh, no.
It's a bit.
One lung.
1 2/3 lung.
One lung. Yeah.
Oh, who's got the BS going on now?
No, I admitted. I said, yeah. But you go walk in this cold air
it's cold.
Oh yeah, no. Don't go out there because
right to the
you are not.
You
are not coming home sick.
I know. That's what I tell her.
I'm not allowed to die here. So Saya asked, well, if she died at the front door, would that be okay?
Yeah, I told her, I was like, you need to keep yourself healthy. Because she's always like, well, I might go tomorrow.
I know.
I get
I'm
an ache
like,
in my
you are
arm.
not dying at my house. That is not allowed.
It's a fact. I have old people hands. When did I turn into old people? I turned
Agree
into
to
a grup.
disagree yet again.
What the?
Remember the grups on Star Trek? When
Grumps.
they turned grups.
Grups.
Yeah.
Yeah, grown-ups.
Yeah.
Grups.
Oh, I didn't. I just at 65 and a half figured out what that meant. I just remember laying in bed watching Chris to make sure she didn't turn into one because she's 18 months older than me. I would literally lay there. She's going to turn into a grup. Or those stupid swirly balls.
Oh, that's so funny.
I did. Chris knew how to screw with me. She'd go.
Oh, yeah. So, here's the
giveaway
things
for
we're going
this
to give
week.
away. Because we had a lot of people comment about my granddaughters, which I loved. So I got an easy one, Dimensions project. It's called Enjoy the Ride. And I think it's one, I mean, anybody can do, but also I thought
I'm not doing it.
it'd be easy enough for a grandkid to do.
That's cute.
That is
So that's one. And then I stopped by this little tiny yarn shop, and she got these 2 cross stitch patterns in, and she didn't know from a friend of hers, she didn't know what to do with them, but they're 3D cross stitches. It's really interesting. I actually went on, it's by Mystic Stitch, and I went on their website and I ordered a bunch of stuff.
Oh no.
So I'll have a lot of haul when I get home. We'll have just one show of my haul.
Yeah. Cheryl's haul.
Yeah. But this is the first one. It's called Hepzibah. And it's hard to see the 3D in this one. It's the birds and the greenery, but it's quite an intricate pattern. So that's one, Hepzibah.
I love the purple in it.
Yes.
That's
And then the
lovely.
other one is Mystic Stitch's Egyptian, which she's just,
That's
she's
elegant.
gorgeous.
It's so
Everybody sit up
elegant.
straight.
And these are literally just the patterns.
Yeah.
So there's no
Floss
no
or-
threads or floss or anything to go with them. But if you want to win these, say bicycle, Egyptian, or Hepzibah. And if you don't know how to spell Hepzibah, oh well.
What?
No,
No.
how about they just say purple for that one?
Okay, purple.
Yeah.
So
that's the one.
is that what? So 1 is bicycle, 2 is Hepzibah, or purple,
Yeah,
3 is.
3 is Egyptian.
So if they would want all of them. They can just say all? Or-
All of them. Yeah.
Just say bicycle.
Yeah, they're and putting it on Floss, holding it up here does it no justice. If you Google this Mystic Stitch and look up the ones people have done, I mean, they are incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get the patterns. It's the lady at the store. It's in Pine Grove, and the yarn store is called Yarns and More. So if you're ever in there, she's a very sweet Romanian lady. And she's won awards for knitting that I have never seen. She had a coat she knitted. She had,
Oh,
it was
wow.
incredible.
I don't remember. Was it there when we went to the sisters that had the quilt shop, and then they
were there, but I wasn't really into crocheting and yarn yet, so I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think of telling you.
Yeah. Well, I was with you when we went to that.
Yeah, right.
And you
So
should have gone to Jackson and gone to all those antique shops and found some good finishing things for your stuff.
Well, that's next week.
Mhm.
So literally, I will have haul.
Oh yeah, you do go next week. And bring Mom with you.
Oh yeah, we went to Sutter Creek the other day,
Yeah.
and everything was closed. It was
Oh,
Monday.
really?
Yeah, so we have to go. We're gonna go the end of this week. So there's Sutter Creek and Jackson that are the 2 main ones that have a lot of antique stores. But I drove through Jackson today. I stopped at the kitchen store. They have an incredible kitchen store.
I've been to that one.
In fact, this week I think when we go there to both places, I'll do a little short video, and so that people can see these areas. But
Yeah.
You're in these areas, great places to go to antique stores.
And there'll
find
be
it all.
people there, so you'll just have to video about them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or I'll have to get that flush the toilet. I said, what's a good noise for each of us? So for me, Cole said,
I'm flush the toilet.
Okay, wait though. This
Yes.
is how this started. So she thinks that I'm a helicopter parent, which
She is.
I'm not. I mean, I have tendencies every
not,
once in a while.
no,
but
not just a parent,
I'm
hon,
not?
helicopter, human being.
Okay, whatever. And so she pulled up this helicopter sound to just make fun of me, essentially.
Oh,
Yeah.
so then I became flush the
I'm not
toilet.
mean.
She's mean. Well,
She said,
okay. So then she
You
said,
said I
No,
was
'cause
flush the
no.
toilet.
this is how it started. She said, "What's a good sound for Cheryl? She's so full of bullshit all the time." And I was like,
no, I
flushing.
didn't say bullshit. I
or-
said she makes up
Yeah,
shit.
she makes up shit. That's what she said. And I
What
was
do
like,
I make up?
Oh, let me go
So-
back at every video. Don't
Like
do that,
what?
girl. Don't set yourself up.
What? I want to know.
"Oh, jeez."
So she
Yeah.
said flush the toilet.
So the court rest. There's nothing there.
Yeah, that's
oh,
funny.
Lord.
So,
Okay.
so I said a toilet flushing.
And guess
so
what
then
my
she was
sound
like,
was?
"Oh my gosh!" And then she's like, "Well, I need a sound for me." And I was like, the marching military."
Oh yeah. Either that or a ruler getting slapped on
Right.
somebody's hands.
I probably slapped my own hand.
She probably did. Probably did. So funny.
Oh,
But anyway, I've been watching a lot of Floss Tube.
me too.
I know. I mean, and then I stopped. I had to stop stitching, like, because I was doing it to, you stitch along while they're chatting, but I want to watch some of the stuff, even when they're stitching. I've had to take, which one did I have to take out 3 times?
The A
The A.
or the E? The E you had to take out
Yeah,
like 3
because
times.
it doesn't always go straight up. There's always sometimes a little thing.
Yeah.
I'd be in there working, and all of a sudden she's like,
Yeah.
Well,
and I found it again.
because my piece of even weave is really small,
Mm-hmm.
I had to move everything. I have to squinch in. I have to adjust
Is
that
it gonna
pattern.
fit?
It better, because I'm not
Well,
getting all the way to the end and saying it doesn't.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
But anyway, my mother-in-law, so I love my sweet mother-in-law, and she sits there with me watching Floss Tube on the TV.
Does she see us and say, "Hi, Colleen"?
Oh no, I didn't think of putting us up there. But she knows. She asked me today. She goes, "Well, what's the bendy lady? What's the bendy lady doing today?"
Yeah.
That's cute.
That's like Saya with what he watched. I didn't force him, but when I first started getting into cross stitch in the summer, remember? So I'm
Yeah.
watching Floss Tube because you were making fun of me, my virtual friends.
Yeah. And here I am.
Yes, I had Pam and Stefan from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
And so I would sit there doing the Lori Holt one.
Yeah.
That was for beginners. Took me forever to do because I don't stitch birdie. And Saya one time looks up and says, "When did Steph start wearing glasses? What happened to Steph's boyfriend?" Because he was listening as he's playing his game.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
listening. And every once in a while he'd look up. He'll say, "I did not." He literally asked me that. I mean, I didn't.
She didn't flush the toilet.
Yeah, I don't.
She asked me how tall.
Well,
She can't say Rika's name, so she said, "How tall is that little Filipino lady?"
oh no.
And so, because she knows Grandpa was Filipino, and so she's
Mhm.
she's always really interested in Filipino ladies and
Yes.
Filipinos.
Did she ever meet Grandpa Albiero?
No,
Oh,
no,
yes.
no. But her Gloria's ex-husband's wife is also Filipino. She's from Cebu City, also, I believe.
Oh,
So, which is where Grandpa was
all
from.
I know is when I was in Guam, because in the 70s I had all my children. I don't remember much of the 70s, but I had them all in the 70s. And you think it was the 60s, you don't remember. It's also the 70s. And then I was in Guam during the 70s.
Yeah.
Came to Washington in the 80s. Where was I going with this story? Holy, dementia sets in.
Oh no.
The 70s.
No, don't do that to
And
me.
my boys.
She's been doing this a lot.
Yeah.
You are taking MCT oil when
Because
we get home.
what's that for? I
Your
know.
brain.
I'm supposed to give it to Lincoln. Maybe that'll help him from being so dumb.
Maybe it'll help. That's rude.
What did you just call me?
Well, that's different. Don't talk about your dog like that.
Yeah, he's anything but dumb. I don't even remember where I was going with the 70s.
Well, we were talking about
Guam, Filipinos.
Yes.
In Guam, a lot of people from the Philippines came to Guam to get away from the regime that was in the Philippines.
Marcoses.
The Marcos.
Yeah.
And then years later, I'm working for a law firm, and we're suing Mrs. Marcos.
Imelda?
Imelda Marcos.
Wow.
It had something
She pay
to
you
do.
in shoes?
No, we were not representing
Full
her.
pairs of shoes, though, right?
She was there. It had to do with her art, and she was even dead at the time. It had to do with
right.
her artwork that her people did wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting how
Philippines is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So was Guam. It was short, small.
Short and small?
What,
Small.
9 miles?
Oh.
Wide, yeah.
Distance wise.
They
Right.
tell you during a typhoon to go to higher ground, and you're like, and that would be where? Let me stand on top of the bathtub. Anyway.
All right, sister and floss tube.
All right. I guess we're done. Can you go back to your mother-in-law and put everybody to bed?
Yep, it looks like it's time to brush our teeth, get our jammies on. Bye. Colleen's looking how to say goodbye, so I better say bye, floss tube.
Bye, floss tube.
Bye, everybody.